Hello, what up YouTube? Bringing you another video here, ALPHAGROUND here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different, kind of a commentary, sort of like story, kind of like what happened video. I plan on kind of doing some like high school like stories and stuff like that. So we're going to start it off with this one because it just happened yesterday. Yes, as you can tell in the title, probably what this video is about. And the gameplay, since this is a commentary video, the gameplay that I'm playing behind it is going to be Planetside 2. In my opinion, one of the best games on PC. Go check that out if you guys are interested. Go check out Planetside 2. Check out the rest of my channel if you're new, and subscribe if you like the video. I could always use more support, guys, so I appreciate it. So this all started out yesterday. I'd say I went up to go see my dad and go down and grab some food for him. I used to live with him, but currently I don't. And his, I guess you can say, friend slash caretaker, dire ill right now, sadly. So since I haven't been living up there, I've been making the strives to get back up there. And me being where I'm at now is part of the reason why I was able to start this channel. So that's kind of beyond the story and whatnot, but yeah, just wanted to bring that context up. So I was going up to see my old man, and we had talked, and he had given me some cash to go down and get him some groceries, which was the usual when you're 70 years old and don't want to get out of the house. So you know, no problem there. Obviously, grabbed the cash, wrote down a list, and made sure I was on my way down to town. House is approximately around like 10 miles out of town, so I start going down. This is like just absolutely whack, crazy, but what happened? Did not expect it to happen yesterday. Yeah, I was running out of gas, so I made it to the gas station, pumped my gas, drove on into the store. When I pulled up into the store, I was going and looking for a parking spot, and there's about 4 rows of parking spots in the parking lot. As I'm heading to the middle row to pull into a spot that's close to the door, there was a man getting out of his car, so I waited for him, but I pulled in like kind of slow and almost took up 2 spots. I thought I might have to repark. Just trying to be respectful to the guy. I didn't want to get too close and freak him out and hit him or anything. And, I got about 3 feet away from him, 4 feet away from him, and he turned around and noticed me and was just, waved his hand up and was like, sorry, basically. Not in a rude way, just lifted one hand up, kind of gave me a wave, and said, sorry, I didn't notice you. And it was like, no problem, sort of deal. Didn't think too much about it. And but yeah, guys, so I pulled in, and I'm sorry, I had to go get a drink there. I was dying. Trying to remember where I was. I think, yeah, I pulled in, and he was man was getting out of his car. Like what you do, you would just pull in like slowly, or like you would just wait for them. So I had the room to just pull in slowly, so that's just what I was opting for. So I didn't think anything of it. I figured if I pulled in like kind of almost taking up 2 stalls a little bit, I can just repark when he left. Because I was just trying to park to get my wallet out. So yeah, he turned around, he noticed me, kind of gave me that wave, and was like, apologized. And he had nothing to really apologize for. There's no big deal there. And he goes into the store, and I get out of my truck, and I go around to the other side, the side with his car. On it on my right side. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of tired right now. I drank coffee, guys, but man, I think I might need another one. Like, oh man. But yeah, so this all happened yesterday. So you all are probably all like, what does this have to do with the story? But trust me, guys, bear with me. So, I'm getting out, and I go around to the other side of my truck, and I open my passenger rear door. And the reason why I do this is because I'm now pulling money out of my pockets and putting it in my wallet, and I just don't want really anyone to see me. I do live in a rural area, but especially some of you who are in the city can understand you don't want to really like pull your money out in front of a crowded area and whatnot. And so yeah, I was just doing that, and I was putting my money away, and I hear some bickering going on behind me, and He's saying something. I'm hearing some profanities. Something about, almost hitting something. I just didn't. I didn't think anything of it, and I realized whatever it is, he's talking to like a customer or whatnot. So I'm just like whatever, like okay. And so I continue putting money in my wallet, and I walk up to the grocery store, and I realize, oh fuck, I forgot my phone. So I turn around and I walk back to the truck, and I open back up the passenger side door, and I'm grabbing my phone. And as I'm doing this, I'm hearing more bickering coming from the passenger side car. Uh, that was to my right, and I hear him, and I can clearly hear him at this point, calling me out pretty heavily to some customers, saying that I almost hit his friend who was in the driver's seat, which his friend also, mind you, didn't even have a problem after this, by the way, with me. Had more of a problem with his buddy who was in his seat in his car for everything that he did. So yeah, guys, like I had no problem with the driver of the vehicle, which was kind of funny. It was all his friend who started everything. Anyway, guys, at this point, I'm in the. I grabbed my. I actually. I think I set. Yeah, I had to have. I set my phone and my pen, my mod down, and because I heard him obviously calling me out. To an older man, by the way, who was walking into the store just trying to mind his own business. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like seriously? So I closed my door and I bent down, and all of his windows were down about 6 inches. So I was able to just bend down, look at him, and go, "Hey, are you talking about me?" And I think I was all like, "Are you talking about me, sir?" Like or something. I don't know if I really even showed him any respect. I was just like, "Are you talking about me?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Damn right, I'm fucking talking about you." And I'm gonna say this how it is. I'm not monetized yet, so I don't think I have too much to fear with my channel getting too many strikes for cussing yet. Profanities. And I'm going to do my best to edit some of them out for my viewers, but there was a lot of profanities anyway. So yeah, he was just like, yeah, you almost hit my friend, motherfucker, and not being rude or anything. He kind of had some of his teeth messed up, I think from smoking too much crack. Now that's just a problem we have where I live. A lot of tweakers. So yeah, his teeth were pretty messed up. And so he couldn't talk 100%. He got kind of like a duh, duh, duh. And I don't mean to be mean, but yeah. And I used it against him just to say in the long run. So that's kind of why I'm bringing that up. I was being an asshole back. I ain't gonna lie. No. So yeah, he's all like, "Yeah, you almost ran my friend over, motherfucker." And I'm all like, "Look here, dude. Your friend said he was sorry. No, I didn't get any fucking, not even close to your friend. So how about you fucking piss up a tree?" Is basically what I told him. And he didn't like that too much. And he came back at me with something. He had not displayed the weapon yet at that point, but he had came back at me with some verbal threat. And I told him, I was like, "Well, do you want to get out and settle this?" And he acted like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, man." So he was like gonna get out, and yeah, so my day went really exciting real quick, and then really not exciting. So he went to go get out, and he goes, he looks back over at me. So he looked like he was also might have been high as well on speed. And he looks back over at me, and he whips out his knife, which was I'd say about a 5-inch blade. Pretty good sized blade. And he starts threatening me with his knife, saying, "Yeah, you pussy motherfucker, you wanna fight me? I got a knife. Come at me." And I'm just all like, "You come at me. I'm not one to back down." And I have plenty of more stories for you guys. So if you guys like this so far, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And this is my first story like video, so I'll have more coming out from when I was younger. Some stories that happened to me, some messed up shit. But yeah. So this guy, he displayed the knife, and at that point I didn't really hesitate, but I walked over to his side of the car, and every time he threatened me with that knife, I would insult him back, whether it would be the gallon of change sitting on his lap. I'd tell him to go beg for more change, that he was fucking homeless and a bum. And, like, I was just insulting him so fucking left and right that he was so intimidated by me. He did not want to get out. And I am going to say it how it is, because that's how it was. He did not want to get out. And when I realized that I was intimidating him, and really making him mad. I was really trying to make him get out of that car with his knife. I wanted him to do something stupid. I really did. I ain't gonna lie. And now I definitely don't recommend you guys do that. Call the fucking cops, guys. Call the police. That's why they're there. I know there's been a lot of hate, but everyone as a community, everyone as a whole in this country needs to get over that bullshit, that defund the police bullshit. To be honest, I used to think about it too and think, oh, they're getting militarized, but in reality, no. Some of the shit that they deal with, they need some equipment. That's another topic for another video though. So, but anyway, yeah, I just don't recommend doing what I did. Call the cops. You're liable to get yourself killed doing what I did. So don't do it. Someone with more cojones than him would probably have come at me with a knife. And even though I've been in a fight with a knife before, that was once. And yeah, good thing I survived, but that was once. So, and I don't want to be in another one, but at the same time, you don't just threaten me with a knife. And yeah, so that's kind of where I was. And also, I did get the police notified too, so there was that. But so yeah, guys, he threatened me with a knife. I kept throwing insult after insult out his way. He'd threaten me. Say he went to prison for slicing someone open. I would go, oh, nigga, I went to prison for slicing someone open, and he would literally throw a tantrum in the passenger seat of the car. He'd start kicking and bouncing like a child, and I would tell him, I'd be all like, "Oh, how about you go smoke some more crack?" And he would just start bouncing and kicking like a child with his knife in his hand, thinking he was gonna get out. And at that point, I had walked over. At the point that I had realized, sorry, I was getting to this, but at the point I had realized I had intimidated him enough to where I had almost no concern for my well-being. I knew that he was most likely not going to get out of that car. I had scared him enough, and I'm a big guy, so and I can be very intimidating. I That's not what this channel is about whatsoever. But and I don't like people looking at me like that either. I've been looked at like that in the past as a very mean person. So I don't like being looked like that and I'm talking about growing up too. So that's what I mean. I was a very depressed, lonely child. I can say that. Um, but beyond that, yeah. So yeah, I had walked around to go grab my a knife or something out of my truck, and my brain, when you're in that mode, you're like kind of you're gonna be thinking real quick. Your adrenaline's pumping. So I went over, and he had a 5-inch knife, so I just wasn't gonna have that. If he would have tried getting out of his car, I would have just kicked it open, or kicked it closed on him. But even if he would have scrambled out of his car, what then? So I wanted to make sure I was armed as well. So at this point, I go over to my truck, and I know I've said this 3 times, but I grab a screwdriver that I use currently to start my vehicle. That's another story. And it's a great screwdriver. It's about like 4 inches long, and it's a T-handle, so it can literally slip right in my hand and go in between my knuckles, so I can use it as a shank, which is messed up, but needless to say, it was about all I had at the time. I forgot I had more in my center console. I actually had my aviation survival knife on me that I always carry, and I totally forgot about that. But I grabbed the screwdriver, and I walked back over to him, and I displayed it to him, and I said, "Look here, motherfucker, you get out of that car once, and I'm gonna fucking hit you. I'm gonna punch you so hard with this. I don't care where it fucking goes, but I'm gonna aim for your fucking head." And yeah, I said that, and I should probably tone that down a little bit for YouTube. But I digress. So I basically told them that. At this point, the manager comes out of the store. I'm in a very local community where I grew up in, and the manager knows me. And he goes, Alan.
Alan! 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 Alan!
That's my name, guys. I know. That's probably the first time I've said this on the channel. So yeah, he goes, Alan, do you have an issue? And I go, yeah, this MF, motherfucker, he just displayed a knife to me and threatened me. But I look at the manager and I tell him, sir, I said his name. And I was like, will you please go inside and call the cops, though? And so he goes inside, he calls the cops. And at this point, I wasn't going to deal with this guy any longer. He was yelling profanities at me. I'm yelling profanities back at him. I'm actually just kind of making fun of him, being a big kind of dick to him on purpose, obviously. I got threatened with a knife. Yeah, and I was just intimidating him. He didn't want to get out of the car. Had some woman yell at us. I told her, I was all like, this MF just threatened me with a knife, so I don't want to hear it right now. I get it, because her kids were there, and I kind of apologized after, I was all like, I'm sorry, but, he threatened me with a knife, so I get him out of here. But yeah, and I drove to the other side of the parking lot and got in my truck. And as I got in my truck, actually, and drove to the other side of the parking lot, I hear him say, "Oh, it would be a shame if someone slashed your tires." So he was just being over the top with his nonsense, and he was obviously on something, most likely crack. So yeah, there was that, and I got in my car, I drove to the other side of the parking lot, and I immediately scrambled to get my phone because I wanted to get some recording of this guy. And I would have put him definitely 100% on YouTube. I'd have blurred out his face for you guys and got him for you. That would have been amazing. Like absolutely priceless. Talk about Oblivion NPC. Like, I love those videos. Whips out the blade, like, oh, and the way he did it too. If I had it on recording, guys, oh, it would have been so good. It would have been so good. I talk like I'm mad or something right now, but no, it would have been hilarious, honestly. But yeah, I got a knife pulled on me, and I go to the other side of the parking lot. I know I'm zigzagging everywhere with this story, but I just follow me. I go to the other side of the parking lot. I find my phone, and I realize I have my aviation survival knife, and I'm like, all right, that's a lot better than a screwdriver. I grab it and I pull it out of the sheath because I don't have my belt on me, and it's just like big old knife. Well, it's not big, but it's essentially like a quarter of a K-bar, and it's the same design basically of a K-bar. So that's the best way I can describe it. So I it's not the biggest, but it's a big knife, right? So I pull it out and I get out of the car, and at this point I drove back over to him, and he is bickering to another customer and her child, who is no more than 10, 11, maybe 12 years old. I don't know. Kids, it's hard to judge their age sometimes, so yeah. No more than that, though. And she is looking at him like he is just absolutely crazy, which he was, which he is, and, I look at her and I go, ma'am, and I had my knife in my hand. I wasn't thinking, but I probably shouldn't have. But again, that was for defense, and it was for defense of anyone. Who knows? There's something called a meth banshee. Definitely Google that. So I mean, I was just trying to be prepared for anything, guys. Like if he would have came at me with a knife, I would have. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have my pistol on hand, and that's only because I am just now able to legally carry my pistol again. I was in a engagement, which I'm gonna bring up in another story, probably the next one. Very similar to this, except I was getting shot at. So yeah, your boy ALPHAGROUND, he's been shot at, had knives pulled on him, been in more fights than I can count. Yeah, so crazy life, right? I pull back over to him and I get out of the car. I tell her, ma'am, you might just want to get out. Or not get out. You might just want to get into the store. He's just crazy tweaker who pulled a knife on me, and your son does not need to hear what he has to say about me. And she just like realizes that I'm perfectly sane and not crazy and high, and she kind of gives me that nod and walks into the store, thankfully. So that was nice. And at that point, the cops were almost there, and I told the officer what happened. Actually, so this is also funny. I gotta add this into the story. I drove off to the other side of the parking lot, and I made it seem like I left. So, and I had three officers showed up on scene, and they're getting his story, and I can just hear him lying, lying. Big fat liar, just lying. I'm used to this too, guys. Like, ain't the first time I've been in this situation. There's so many people out there, so many dickheads that are gonna lie to get out of that situation and pin it on you. It's ridiculous. I digress again. And he's lying, and I come up, and I'm not saying anything. I'm about 15 feet away from the car and the officer at this point, and the officer's laying in on him because this is a repeat offender. He is someone who is known by the cops in the community. He's not a good person whatsoever. And so the cop is just laying on him. I didn't even have to say anything, and he is just trying to lie through his teeth out of it. And he looks back at me and he realizes, oh, he left. He's still here. And he had just told the cop that I had left the scene. And that didn't happen. I was still there. So he turns around and he notices me, and I just give him a wink, a good old wink, and he just, his jaw, like I could see it in his face. He was just like, oh fuck, like his face just went like, oh my god, this motherfucker's back to talk to the cops. God damn it, like that was what was going through his mind. And it was right after I winked to him. I go, officer, may I give you a statement after you're done with him. He gives me that finger, tells me no problem, 1 minute basically. I give him my statement, tell him everything I just told you guys, and I apologize. I told him, I'm sorry for kind of yelling out in the community, yelling that he was a tweaker, to God and everyone. That's not me. I'm not like that. But he threatened me with a knife, and I do apologize for that. This was the sergeant, and he looks at me. He puts his arm on my shoulder or his hand, or he basically like, you know, did that. He goes, son, you ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. You're just speaking the truth. This is the best thing about that whole situation yesterday, so I had to bring that in. Yeah, it was pretty funny. The cops, the sergeant anyway, he seemed pretty alright with me. Especially, he basically came up to me and was all like, that guy's making about as much sense as something, and that made me fucking laugh. As I'm sitting there talking to the cops, the driver comes out of the store with his groceries. And I don't think he expected that. There's 3 cops now. Like, he's just like, oh my god, what happened? And he's going to his car, and I go, sir, is this your car? And maybe he was high too. I'm not gonna say that, but probably not. He was actually a pretty nice guy, so I'll give him that. He never showed me any disrespect. His friend never showed me any disrespect, and so that's nice. It wasn't like like I thought maybe he thought he when his friend got out like he was gonna help him, but nah. So it was his buddy came out, and yeah, I was like, sir, is this your car? I was in front of the 2 cops at that point. He goes, yeah. And I go, may I pull you over here real quick and talk to you real quick about that? And I basically just asked him if he thought that I got any close to him, and he said, no, you didn't get any close, you're fine. I kind of felt bad. I was like, dude, you have nothing to feel bad about. It's like, you were getting out of your car, man. Like, I was just pulling in, man. It's just nothing. It's just a stupid situation. Your buddy there had to blow out a proportion. And so, since it was just a hearsay, he said, kind of deal, I ended up not pressing charges, just because I honestly, literally, just last month got done with a felony charge. I don't have a felony charge now. I'm over that. And that was the whole getting shot at scenario. So we're gonna bring that up in a future video. I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to get used to talking about this kind of stuff, and as well as making videos on these kind of stories. So I'm gonna be making more videos. Until I run out of stories, which will most likely happen. So then you guys will have to deal with me being boring, and yeah, you have to go back and rewatch stories until something exciting happens again in my life. But no, I mean, there's plenty that are gonna come out, and I'll always think of more. So if these videos gain any traction, so yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Running out of data on my hard drive or my SSD. I need to bring this video to a wrap up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be careful out there, really. Seriously, be careful. Them tweakers, they're crazy. Some of them are not. Some of them just really need help. To be honest, a lot of people, my family included. So. Again, another story for another day. And there might be some people out there watching this that needs help. So hopefully this video helps you if you watch this. And if you're using at the moment, go find help. It's the best thing you can do for yourself, your family. I'm getting a little bit emotional because I have quite a bit of family who's high on meth and opiates. So it sucks. Yeah, it sucks, guys. It really does. The best thing you can do for you or your family is go get help. It's 100%. It's the best thing you can do. Whether what that might be, what that might look like. And I know it doesn't come quick. It takes time. But with help, and if you believe in yourself, anyone can do it. I know that. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video for the third time. This was a little bit different, a little bit hard to make. I'm gonna edit it the best I can. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. And yeah, peace out, guys. Enjoy your day. Again, be careful out there. Love you all. Love all you subscribers.
Shit.
Time to close the deal. You can still cut this out.